Hey guys, it's Tyler Dodd with Remax Connects, and you're joining us for Market Minute. And I'm here with Hugh Calderwood, and he's Vice President of Mortgage Specialists for Bank of Montreal. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He's got 30 years of experience. He started in 1991. So I don't want to give away his age too much, but I'm sure you can do the math. And he's graced us with his presence today and answer a few questions that I've had, but also a few questions that my clients had as well. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm just going to jump right in here. So some of my clients are asking about the mortgage deferral program. I know every bank is different, but I was just curious on your take from Bank of Montreal. And can you tell me about the mortgage deferral program? Can you tell me more importantly about the penalties, if there are any?
Okay, so the mortgage deferral program works that customers were able to defer, let's say, mortgage payments for up to 6 months. That was an agreement made between the Bank of Canada, all the insurers, and the leading banks in Canada. So the customers don't have to make any payments for 6 months. Interest does accrue during that 6 months, so it's not an interest waiver. But the good thing is that last month, Bank of Montreal said for mortgages, we were not adding interest on top of the accruing interest. So there's no additional charges that they're facing for that. So now, if they sell their property, it would be just like if they had sold their property a year or two ago. So there's no additional fees or concerns around that. They would just have to look at what the situation would be normally. And in most respects, customers, if they're selling and buying a new property, they can really just pick up the mortgage and transport it onto a new property.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So with the interest, they'll be charged interest like normal payment. But when you say interest upon interest, what do you mean by that?
Well, at first, the concern was, yes, interest is accruing, but then they're saying, yeah, but then now interest is accruing onto the higher balance because of the interest accrual. And what we've done is that only the interest is accruing. We're not adding an additional interest on top of that additional interest accrual. And all that interest accrual will be refunded back to the customers. I believe it's within 90 days of when their deferral payment ends. And our customers don't have to do anything. That just happens automatically.
Okay, that's pretty cool, because I know that was the first question everybody's all worried about, and that everybody's up in arms upon interest on interest. So I'm glad Bank of Montreal addressed that. That's great. So if they sell their house while they're in the deferral program, they can still essentially move the mortgage to their next house, or the penalties would just be like a normal mortgage in that respect, where it would assert either interest rate differential or a few months interest payments, correct?
Correct, yeah. So just like if it was like this time at last year, the option to port it to a new property, or if not, like you said, an interest rate differential or a 3-month interest penalty.
Okay.
Based on the type of mortgage that they're holding at the time.
Okay, that's great. That's great. That'll set a lot of stomachs for a lot of our viewers out there.
Actually, yeah, we're here to work with our customers and everything, right?
Yeah, that's great. So Hugh, tell me, what are some of the mortgage trends that you're seeing right now in today's market?
Well, if we go back a couple months when COVID happened right away, there was for lack of a better term, a liquidity crisis. So rates kind of ticked up a little bit right back in early March or so. Since then, we've noticed that has eased up a little bit. So there's been a trend to slightly decreasing rates, which is always great for our customers. So they've kind of leveled off over the last week or two, but they are definitely lower than what they would have been, let's say, early March.
So I know that rates are subject to change. Is there any idea for the viewers out there that are curious about mortgage rates of what the bank's posted rates are right now, just on average, for a
on average, let's say,
variable?
Yeah. So if a person's looking at a variable rate mortgage, prime is currently 2.45, and they may be able to get slightly below that. When I say slightly, maybe a 0.1, 0.2 potentially below that.
Below prime.
Okay. The fixed rates are more in the mid 2.5s to 2.7 range, depending on the property and everything. But that's a range.
And that would be like 2.5, and that would be a fixed rate for how many years?
Approximately 5 years.
Wow. Uh,
Yep,
I'm
money's
not a
pretty
mortgage
cheap right now.
specialist, but that seems pretty good, doesn't it?
Oh, geez, I wish I had locked my mortgage in then.
So, if I mean, if someone's not necessarily out there looking to buy right now, but with the rates to take advantage of them, maybe refinancing or something like that, what would you recommend? What would you say to those guys?
I would say contact your local branch or speak to one of my mortgage specialists, and we can run through all the different options in terms of the refinancing, putting a line of credit against the home, blending rates. But there's definitely lots of opportunities to help people out.
That's great. So if people want to get a hold of you and your 13 mortgage specialists, how do they do that?
Well, my phone number is 519-830-5077, or they can go onto the Bank of Montreal website and locate a mortgage specialist, and they can just type in where they are. For example, Guelph, Rockwood, and the specialists that cover that specific area, their contact information will come up.
Great. That's good news. All right. Well, Hugh, that's all I've got for you today on this Mortgage Minute. And I definitely appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I know tracking down those mortgage brokers that you have probably isn't easy. And that's just great. And we appreciate your time today.
No, I appreciate this. Thank you very much, Tyler.
Oh, great. We're going to see you next month, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Bye from Hugh and I, guys. And we will see you later. And if you do have any questions, drop us a line in our feed. If it's directed towards Hugh, he's going to answer it personally for you guys. So any contact information be greatly appreciated. And if you want to private message me, you're more than welcome to do that. And we can help you out with any questions that you have. Okay. Thanks for watching. Take care. Talk to you soon.